Liz Strawn from the Susan G. Komen Foundation, Development Director. Thank you so much for joining us today to talk about the More Than Pink Walk happening tomorrow.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Awesome. So tell us, what is the Susan G. Komen Foundation and what sort of work do you do for breast cancer research?
I'm so glad you asked that because I always like to start out that most people don't know that Susan G. Komen was an actual person. She actually went by the name of Susie, and just about 42 years ago, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And back then, it was a different diagnosis. It was one treatment. It was very aggressive. And in her dying days, her sister Nancy promised her that she would do everything in her power to create a better journey for the breast cancer patient and their loved ones. And that was the day Susan G. Komen was born. So we are a beacon to a bond between two sisters, and we're really proud of the fact that we keep those promises today. You know, we keep them alive. What makes us unique is that we don't only just provide dollars towards research. We do provide a lot. We are $2 billion into research. We're second only to the US government. Right here in Massachusetts, we have $9.2 million just this year invested into research. We have wonderful institutions and we're doing great work right here locally. But we have a 360-degree approach. So we have research, we have our patient care center. That is our beacon. We have a virtual patient care center that has many different assets to it. There's a helpline, so you can call 877-GO-KOMEN, and you'll speak with trained professionals on the other end who will help you have resources and guide you every step of the way. It can be so overwhelming to hear of a breast cancer diagnosis, but then to have to navigate the healthcare system and what do I do next? So we have trained professionals that will help you get through that. We have a financial aid program. We found out, especially during COVID, that breast cancer patients were making decisions on buying their breast cancer medicine or putting groceries on their table.
Wow.
And that is just simply unacceptable. So we have a financial aid program. And then we provide advocacy. You can use your voice to push through legislation on behalf of all breast cancer patients. So, you know, we do definitely have a big focus for research as it's so important, but we have so many other ways that we fund our mission.
Right, and one of the ways you fund that mission is through the More Than Pink Walk that you guys are hosting tomorrow at UMass Boston on October 18th. How many people do you expect? How much are you hoping to raise? And what are you the most excited about?
Yes, as I sit here on site for our setup day at UMass, we are so excited. The walk is tomorrow. It's not too late to join us. You can go to komen.org/Massachusetts Walk. Or you can just Google it. It is the More Than Pink Walk because, as I mentioned, our 360-degree approach has different colors to it. So we are more than just a pink ribbon. We are expecting over 3,500 people here tomorrow with a goal of close to $600,000 to raise. We are well on our way, but we still need hope. So if you're in the area, you want to come by, registration is free. There is no required fundraising, although of course we encourage it, but there's no required amount. It is a day of simply hope, inspiration, bringing together our community in a way that provides such a feeling. It has all the feels. We start off our opening ceremony with a parade of hope, which is led by our survivors and our folks living with metastatic breast cancer. So right then and there, it just sets the tone for such a great day. And we're excited to be here at UMass Boston. It's our first year here. And, you know, we've got some great momentum going. So we needed a bigger venue. And we're so excited to be here along the Boston Harbor and the city skyline. It's going to be a great day tomorrow.
Yes, it's going to be the perfect back set to all of this incredible awareness and coming together and community. You know, Susan G. Komen Foundation is committed, like you said, to finding a cure and contributing to breast cancer research, something close to my heart, and I'm sure many of our viewers. What progress have you made in the last few years in terms of research?
I'm so glad you asked that because we actually call it our feather in a cap. You know, during presentations and different types of, you know, education presentations that we do, we have a slide, and I wouldn't be even begin to name the drugs on it, but on that slide is a list of 21 drugs. And if anyone knows anything about getting a drug approved through the FDA, it can take years, well over, you know, 10, 15 years to get one drug approved. So in the last 11 years, Komen has had a hand in approving 21 drugs for breast cancer patients. So, I mean, that is just incredible. As I mentioned, the momentum that is happening right now. Massachusetts is at the cutting edge of all of that research with our fantastic institutions that are here. So we're really proud of that work. I will say that within those 21 drugs, there are treatments, breast cancer treatments for each type of breast cancer as well, including metastatic breast cancer, which is our stage 4 breast cancer, which is there is no cure for yet. But so they're working tirelessly and effortlessly to really, especially improve that quality of life.
Right. And can you talk a little bit more about some of the challenges that you face within this research space in terms of, you mentioned a little bit how long it takes for, you know, the money to become research to become medicine. Can you talk a little bit more about those challenges and any other challenges you might be facing right now?
Yeah, I think, you know, the challenges are, they're very layered. You know, right now we're living in a culture that we don't know, you know, what's up next for our health care and how that looks. I know that, you know, research, we are second only to the US government, and the US government right now, you know, is on pause. So we're not funded by the US government. So your support now to Susan G. Komen could mean even more than ever in the future of breast cancer treatments and drugs being approved. Say we let it pause for a year, that doesn't just set you behind 1 year, that sets you behind about 10 years in the research space. So we don't want to let that pause. We want to continue the work we do. We want to support in any way you can. You know, together, only together, will we end breast cancer. So it will take all of us. So,
like you were saying, Susan G. Komen had so much more than pink, like the walk says tomorrow. Can you tell us a little bit more about the resources that you provide for patients and how that supports them beyond just dollar amounts to research?
So our 360-degree approach is that more than pink. That is, we have 4 pillars of strength. So research, being that purple color, is, we've talked about it, is definitely a huge focus for us. Blue is our community approach, which is what we're doing tomorrow. We're bringing together communities. We're bringing together family and friend communities. We're bringing together corporate communities to, it will take all of us, and we can't do it alone. So we really do support that. Our patient care center, I think this is where we might want to hone in on. That is our green color. That is the beacon to which the promise was made to Susie from Nancy. So our patient care center provides the 4-pronged approach. It's our healthcare, our helpline. It's our financial aid. It's our health equity initiatives. Susan G. Komen has a campaign called Stand for Her being a health equity revolution. And if we could just cut, you know, health equity to where everyone who is diagnosed with breast cancer was treated the same way with the same kind of resources, then we would cut those numbers down of breast cancer deaths by a tremendous amount. There is a 40% increase in Black women dying over breast cancer than their white counterparts, And that is really what powered our Stand for Her initiative, is to really get into some of those underserved communities and really make a difference, educate, empower people to really feel comfortable. So we provide all of those resources through our helpline, through our patient care center. It's virtual, anywhere, anyone, anywhere can access it. And not only for breast cancer patients, but let's not forget about the caregivers. Caregivers they need support too. It's a tireless job, and it's so hard, and they at times, I'm sure, feel helpless, but we have support specifically for our caregiver community, because we really want to empower them and make them feel that they have everything they need as well.
That's incredible. I'm so glad to hear that it's not just support for the patients who obviously need all the support, but also their network, the people that support them, because not just one person feels it when somebody's diagnosed with cancer. Everybody around them that's close to them feels that pain. And so thank you so much, Liz, for telling us about Susan G. Komen. Where can viewers learn more about the walk and about the foundation?
Yes, as much as we talked about today, Komen.org is a wealth of information. If you have any questions, put it in the search bar. If it's not there, call the helpline. We are there. Nobody should go through breast cancer alone, and we're here to take every step of the way with somebody.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being that support and that guiding light for people, Liz, and good luck with tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to be fabulous, and I can't wait to hear how it goes.